Moment. One moment. Ready.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans of world bodybuilding, another Heavystageclub International is starting. Today we have the presence of Carlos Thomás Jr., brilliant open athlete. Hello, Carlos. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, Carlos, we wanted to hear from you the time you spent in Brazil. What did you think of the Brazil bodybuilding atmosphere?
Oh, I loved it. It's amazing. The Brazilian bodybuilding culture is is one that is, I would say, is old school, true bodybuilding. People are very passionate,
Yeah.
love it, and that was one of the most amazing times there. It was being able to train with Marcellus Cruz. He's a great trainer, and I look forward to going back and getting some more training with him. I'm not sure when I'll go back, but sometime this year I'll be back to train and get some training in at the Dark House. So yeah, it was amazing, and the people are always so welcoming. So I had a great time.
Yeah. Did you learn new things here?
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, a lot of as far as like training, Cruz just showed me so much of training and different techniques, and it was really helpful with bringing up my back. Learning the techniques that he showed me, and then taking them back home to train, by myself and with my dad. So yeah, I'm excited to go back and train. And then Leandro Peris, he's a great bodybuilder on the Darkness team, and I see that he's getting ready for the Arnold Brazil. So yeah, I would love to go back soon. And who knows what might be happening after Detroit Pro. Arnold Brazil is not too far after.
What did you think of Coach Cruz?
He is amazing. He's so kind, and his family is so welcoming. Him and his wife are a great team, and their little son, he's always around. So it was a great family, and they're a family of faith, which is such as me. And their love of God is amazing. So we really had a good connection, and and his training is intense. His training is very intense.
Would you spend another session here?
Yes, yes. I plan on spending some more time there. We have Detroit Pro, and then, like I said, the Arnold Brazil is right afterwards. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do plan on spending some of my off season, when I go into the off season, to bring up my body parts some more and get some good training in with them.
Oh, a little more now. Would you live in Brazil for longer? Would bodybuilding live here?
Oh yeah, I loved going there. And it was amazing, and it was a good time. So yeah, I wouldn't mind being able to spend some more time down there. I'm working now with a tutor on my Portuguese, so it'll be really good. I'm working with my tutor now, and so being able to come down there and spend some more time down there will be great. So yeah, I've been looking into it, and yeah, it would be awesome time to be spending more time there. I spent, I think, like 2 months. So yeah, I would like to spend maybe around like 3 to 4 months down there. A good off season.
Yeah. Um, do you think Brazilian coaches can reach the top of the world?
Yes, yes. Even the coaches, that my good friend, he's turned a lot of Andrea Caruso. He's turned many amateurs pros. He's a great coach. And Donati on the team, he's the athlete manager, but he also coaches Leandro and Cruz, and he does an amazing job with them as well. So yeah, there are some really good coaches out there in Brazil, and I think it's just more so just getting the names out there.
Yeah. Um, how old were you when you started bodybuilding?
I'm 32 now, and I started when I was 23. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you always see yourself at the open or no?
No, no. So when I when I started, I was a middleweight, so 176 pounds, and I thought I would be like a 212 bodybuilder. So that was, something that I was looking into. But how I grew a little bit more than I thought I would. So I became an open bodybuilder, which is fine. I've always, admired the open bodybuilders. But when I first started, there was, 212, and I was thinking about going into that because, like I said, I was a middleweight, and there was the top guys at the time, there was Flex Lewis and Jose Raymond, and Eduardo Carreira coming out, in 212. So those were the guys that I was looking at, but I got a little bit bigger, so I went to.
You didn't choose the place American football. No.
I did. I played up until I was 21 years old. But then I hurt my neck really bad. I hurt my neck really bad. And then I decided I would do, bodybuilding afterwards because I was still watching bodybuilding around that time, but I never competed. So when I hurt my neck playing football, American football, I was like, okay, what do I do next? And I always loved training in the gym. The gym was always my, my place that I would go to whenever I was stressed or, I just wanted to, have a good time. So I love the gym. I love training, and, getting into bodybuilding was just the natural progression to do after I finished playing football.
Yeah. Thank you, God, you are in bodybuilding.
I know, right? It was good. I didn't go pro in football, but I turned professional here. So I'm happy.
Yeah. What were your inspiration in bodybuilding?
Oh, Kevin Levrone was my first bodybuilder that I saw. First bodybuilder that I saw on YouTube was Kevin Levrone, like 1992 Mr. Olympia. Yeah. So I saw Kevin Levrone, and then I saw Jay Cutler, and then everyone knows Ronnie Coleman. So being able to watch YouTube and watch those guys on YouTube and the content they were putting out or anything you could find on YouTube was really fun. But then around that time, it was Phil Heath. He was winning the Mr. Olympia, and there was Kai Green in second place. So those were the two guys that I was watching, outside of watching the 212 guys. Like I said, like I mentioned, Flex Lewis and Jose Raymond and Eduardo Carreira. Like those were the guys that I watched out of 212. But then for open, I was watching Phil Heath and Kai Green.
And speaking of LeBron, do you think Kevin was wrong for not being the Olympia?
There were some close Olympias, man. He looked amazing. It's really hard to go against Ronnie.
Those were difficult time, right?
Yeah, it was tough time. Him, Flex Wheeler, and then it was Nasser going against Dorian. It was tough to beat Ronnie. Even Jay, he went second place so many times. But one of my favorite physiques was Kevin Levrone, watching him.
Yeah. In Brazil, we talk a lot every day about the importance of poses.
Yes.
How often do you practice poses?
Oh, so I practice posing every day. After cardio, I practice for around 20 to 30 minutes after my cardio, and then I practice again in the middle of the day with my posing coach. So I'll practice in the morning. So twice a day, 5 days a week, but every day in the morning, and 7 days a week.
No. You are very ecstatic. Do you think Olympia is looking more towards aesthetic this day?
Yes. Yeah. I think, they don't want gone are the eras of the, wider waists. Mm-hmm. They want to see guys with more lines and smaller waists and V tapers. So obviously you can see our Mr. Olympia, he is, big, but he also has the aesthetics. So I think that's what, they're looking for is guys with the small waist and the taper and the aesthetics.
Yeah. The arrival of Dauda Branto aesthetics.
Yes. And he's a big dude. He looks amazing.
Yeah. You did 3 years of booking, and it went really well.
Mhm.
How was that phase?
Oh, so yeah, from 2017, where I was a middleweight, and then I came back in 2021 as super heavy. It was, just constant consistency. I think one thing that changed for me is I stopped treating the off season like off season. Like there
Mhm.
was no just okay, eat sometimes and then have cheat meals. It was always on plan. Like when I did my off season, I treated it like a prep. So I had, of course, maybe I had 1 or 2 free meals, but most of the time I was eating all of my meals every day, training same time every day, meals same time every day, cardio. So I treated off season like prep, and when that happened, that's when I grew the most. Is when I really started taking the off season very seriously.
Yeah, the training become more intense at this stage, right?
Yes, so that's when I found my trainer that I had here, and we really worked really hard on my weak points, on making sure I trained really hard. I made sure I tracked my lifts. So I wrote down all of my lifts and progressed in them. Okay, what did I do last week? Can I get better here? So everything was very structured and consistent. The
Yeah.
training, the nutrition, cardio, the supplements, the sleep. I went to bed like it was prep. I went to bed same time every day, 10 o'clock. So it was like a prep, but I was in off season. So I had more freedom, but I made sure to eat all of my meals, train every day, same time, water, sleep, everything was same. And that's how I grew the best.
Yeah. And what was the maximum number of calories you ate?
During that time, the most calories I was at was probably around like 6,000 calories. Um, yeah, around 55,000 to 6,000 calories.
Oh, the fuck.
55%. Yeah, 55. Yeah, 5,500 to 6,000 calories.
Yeah. And what was your favorite protein?
Oh, so I tried to vary my protein. I eat a lot of chicken, um, turkey, and then I like whitefish. It digests very easily, so it's easy to get a lot of it down. And then maybe sometimes some beef,
Mm,
but maybe one time a day, only one time, because it's
yeah.
just multiple times is too hard to digest for me. So I mostly stuck to chicken, turkey, fish, and then like eggs, egg whites, and
Yeah.
then protein powder.
Yeah. And in Brazil, did you like any specific food?
Oh, yeah. We had a nice butcher around the street from the dark house, so I would always get my steak from the butcher there, and it was so good. That's one of the
Yeah.
places. Yeah. But
And
I didn't have any change. I didn't have much time to eat any fun foods, but
uh
when I did go in the off season, um, we did go to a steakhouse, which was really nice.
yeah, like um in your pro debut and Texas Pro,
Hmm.
you come 13 behind only Andrew and Hunter. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you feel ready to face these two again now in the possible qualification for Olympia?
Yes, yes. I think I have the size, and it's bringing conditioning. So when I went against Hunter and Andrew, they were at their best. Like that was some of the best that we saw of them at the time. So to come in third behind them was okay, because look, they're number 5 and number 6 in the world. It's just like
Yeah.
it's okay. It's they're Olympians, and that was my pro debut. So now I think I have everything to go against them. Like the conditioning, the size, the aesthetics.
Yeah. You what improvements will you bring to Arnold?
Mainly, I brought up my back.
Yeah.
There's the back. We brought that up, and I think my conditioning will be much better. One thing that we're doing this time is that um, this is 4 weeks out, so my last hard leg training will be next week. So I will allow 2 to 3 weeks for my inflammation to come down from my legs, because they're very strong body part and they hold a lot of inflammation. So I will, tone down my leg training, just do pump work just to get the inflammation to come down. Because
Yeah.
I do a lot of cardio, 90 minutes of cardio right now, and I'm trained legs very hard. So today was my last very hard, like heavy leg training, and then next week will be more pump, and then the next week will be the last leg training after that.
Yeah. And that comes a lot with age too, right?
Yes, yes.
At what age do you see yourself fighting for the Olympia titles?
I think after this one good off season, I think my back will be even better. I think I made improvements, but I think one more good off season, my back will be where it can be very competitive against those top guys. So I think within like the next year, I can be up there.
Yeah. And in Brazil, many young people are increasing their hormones to having carreira in bodybuilding.
Mhm.
And many are not even professionals and use it twice as many professional. What message do you have for them?
Say again. Sorry, you cut out.
And what messaging
Oh
do you
yes,
want
yes,
for them?
yes. Honestly, it's for me. It's it's like the consistency of everything. So like I mentioned earlier, try to make your life, to be consistent with your goals. So if your goal is bodybuilding, try to tailor your life to be to that goal. Of course,
Yeah,
we all have to, work, and I work my job, but I work from home. So it makes it easy for me to travel. It makes it easy for me to, train and get food in. So I was able to make my life, fit into bodybuilding, and fit bodybuilding into my life, so I can be consistent. So I can, eat all of my food at the same time every day, train at the same time every day, all those things that matter so much. So try to find a way to make, your life goals and your bodybuilding goals
yeah,
work together.
yeah. And time is farm and open. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Just.
Where are you from now?
Oh, I'm from Philadelphia on the East Coast.
And train whatever.
I train at a gym right now called Training Center. It's a
Yeah.
small gym here.
And Brazilian gyms.
Hmm. They're amazing. I've only been to I've been to Dark House, which is the darkness and Integral Medica gym, but I've been to Ironberg, and Ironberg is amazing. The Ironberg gym was probably one of the best gyms I've ever been to.
Yeah. And yeah, are Brazilian gyms good today, your opinion?
Yes. Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Those two gyms are better than most of the gyms I've been here.
And you will live right there uh, uh, this year.
Yeah. Oh, will I train there?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. When I come back, I'll be training there. At the Dark House, and hopefully back at Ironberg too.
Yeah. And this year there will be no more booking, right?
You say again? No more booking?
Yeah. In year.
Oh, no,
No.
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
And you're cutting.
Yeah.
It's
Yes. Yes.
here.
Yes. Yes. Just cutting. Yeah. Just cutting here. So no, probably off season starts after Olympia.
Yeah. And how long until Arnold?
4 weeks to Arnold.
Do you feel prepared yet?
Yeah, I feel ready. Yeah.
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 Okay. One moment.
Mhm.
My algorithm.
Take your time.
Do you feel good to compete this year? Right?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel great this year. Everything is great. My health is great. My mindset is great. I feel like this is some of the best preps. This has been the best prep I had, and I plan on doing multiple shows this year. Many shows.
What position do you prepare to take in Arnold?
So I think that I can be as high as top 5. That's where I want to be. My goal is to be compared against, the top 3 guys. So the projected guys are Samson, Derek, and Andrew. So I want to be, against those guys.
Yeah. So Carlos, thank you very much for the chat.
Yeah, bro.
It was good.
Thank you.
Talking to you.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you. Yes. Where are you in Brazil?
São Paulo.
Oh, really? Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I see you when I come.
Yeah. I training in junkyard.
Junkyard.
Yeah.
I've heard. Yes.
Yes. And you when you come, we can train in junkyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll message you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
So much.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Anytime you want me on, just call me, text me.
Okay.
Okay, brother. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.